Shalom, and welcome to our 29th annual Feast of Tabernacles. This is night 5 of It's a Mind Thing.
You are living evidence that we are overcoming the sting of Satan. We are overcomers. Praise God. You are proof that we have overcome the bite of the poisonous serpent. You've received an antidote that saves your life. What a blessing. I'm so happy to know this name, Yahweh. Know the power of this name, Yahweh. This name is in written historical evidence long before I took up this body. Glory to Yahweh. Oh, the Supreme One, the erudite one, the elite, the majestic one, the luminous one. Glory to his name. Just his name. And the more you know this name, the more you know about this name, the more your soul will rejoice. You can't keep quiet and know about this name. Praise God. That's why we say that he's God of all gods, because this name alone gives us mind power over every other entity there is except Yahweh. How wonderful it is. I'm excited about the name Yahweh. Welcome to Feast of Tabernacles. We're going to deal for a few minutes on names and significance. The significance of names, or names and their significance. You will need your Bibles tonight, as you do every night. Feast of Tabernacles is celebrated in autumn at the completion of the agricultural year, to also recall our attention to our long pilgrimage through the wilderness. We did not get enough of the wilderness when we left Egypt at Passover. It is our fathers, our forefathers, that was delivered from Pharaoh in Egypt. Not some other people, but us. And we wandered in the wilderness 40 years. And that 40 years was a sign of 400 years that we would wander in the wilderness of the hells of North America. All we had to do was add a zero to it, and it turned out to be 400 years. But our wandering right after deliverance was a sign of today. Therefore, the Feast of Tabernacles also commemorates a renewal of our covenant, our agreement with Yahweh, and his agreement with us. The Feast of Tabernacles is also known scholastically as the Feast of Ingathering. The Feast of Ingathering. Let us turn to Exodus chapter 23, verse 16. Exodus chapter 23, verse 16. And let us read together. Read.
And the feast of harvest, the first fruits of thy labor, which thou hast sown in the field, and the feast of ingathering, which is in the end of the year, when thou hast gathered in thy labor out of the field.
Now, I must take a moment and give you the spiritual understanding of this today, since last night I think I proved we don't have any physical crops. So then what is the ingathering? The ingathering is first the resurrection of our people in the nick of time, the resurrection, and then gathering them together in one nation as the nation of Yahweh at the end of this civilization's rule. That means that he has but how many years? 7, according to our solar time. And we're going to bring about his end. Then that song that our people knew would happen one day will become a reality. Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down. Remember that? Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down. You've been building kingdom all over this land. But we got news for you, Satan. Satan, we're gonna tear the kingdom down. Now, when we used to sing that, we just thought that was an old saint. And we didn't have a good understanding. But now that you've met me, oh, yes, we're gonna tear it down. And I'm gonna change the pitch a little bit, but we have to say it again. Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down. Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down. You've been building your kingdom all over this world, but Satan, we're gonna tear your kingdom down. Are you ready? We're not going to let it hang for another 7 years. It has to go. Satan's kingdom must go. That means we have a lot of work to do in a short time to do it in. So the ingathering, that's what Feast of Tabernacles is all about. Gathering the saints of Yahweh together at the end of this civilization's rule. And with only 7 years left, according to our solar time, I must get it done. Simple as that. And I have a divine number to reach in getting it done. I'm here to get the job done. And just bringing our 144,000 together is going to get it. That's all it's going to take. We will be able, when you join your minds with me, you'll understand what being connected is all about. Yes, Yahweh. That's a lot of knowledge I could go into now. But do we understand what the ingathering is? It's for this day. Let's look at Exodus 34, chapter 34, verse 32. Let's go with verse 22 instead of 32. 34, 22. Read.
And thou shalt observe the feast of weeks, of the first fruits of wheat harvest, and the feast of ingathering at the year's end.
Verse 23, read.
Thrice in the year shall all your men children appear before the Lord God Yahweh, the God of Israel.
You must appear before me 3 times a year. By law, that's the law of Yahweh. All my men children. I know the women don't want to be left out, so you'll be coming too. But once again, we see the wheat harvest. And at the Feast of Ingathering. We know that within this scripture lies a key to the kingdom of heaven being built. Because the kingdom of heaven was compared to a man who sowed some seeds And it was also compared to wheat growing up with the tares. In order for the kingdom of heaven to come into existence, the tares have to grow up with the wheat. And that's exactly what happens at the time of the ingathering. It happens among the first fruit. That's what the first Feast of Weeks is all about. It celebrates all of you that have come to me at this time. And then the ingathering will be when the mass of the 144,000 men come to me, including the women. Let's look at Leviticus chapter 23, verse 34. Read.
Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord Yahweh.
Read it again.
Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord Yahweh.
7 days. The 8th day is a holy convocation. This is the law of Yahweh. This is what we're required to do. We're doing it. And as we keep these feasts, you see that we're blessed. The nation of Yahweh is obviously blessed above all other people. Let's look at Judges chapter 21, verse 19. And this particular verse tells us that there's a feast of the Lord Yahweh. Read.
Then they said, behold, there is a feast of the Lord Yahweh in Shiloh, yearly in a...
Praise Yahweh. The point is, this is whose feast? Yahweh's feast. This is a feast of Yahweh. Now, what identifies us as the people is the fact that we keep it. What identifies the fact that those who claim our culture and claim our history are not keeping it, especially when they keep it according to the moon Sabbath as opposed to solar time. Those who claim our history, those who claim our culture, do not keep the high holy days as ordered by the Torah. They go by the moon. And Yahweh told us we ought to reckon time according to the sun. And that carries a spiritual significance, because when you study the sun, you will also find that it's not just S-U-N, but S-O-N. If you didn't understand that tonight, you were being told. S-U-N is just a symbol of the S-O-N. And when you are unable to look straight into the sun's light rays, the physical sun, neither can you look straight at me. I'm too bright for you too. And just as you can't curse at the sun and put it out, you can't spit at the sun and put it out, you can't curse me and put me out. You can't stop nothing I'm doing. I've done everything I declared I would do from 12 years ago and along the way. And I accomplished what I pleased. Doesn't matter who doesn't like it. Doesn't matter who works against me. I still march on to the tune that Yahweh plays. That's your example. This is the feast of Yahweh today. Not just in this building and tabernacles as prescribed by law, but this day is Yahweh's feast. Yahweh is present on the earth with us. Yahweh himself is in our midst. You know how powerful that is? To have the creator of the universe here on the earth walking and talking with us. You can behold his glory. You can behold the glory of Yahweh in his Son. Don't you know that is a phenomenal time to live? Praise Yahweh. You don't have to wish you were back 1900 years ago. You don't have to wish you were with Adam to see him walk and talk with Yahweh. And if you can believe that which you have never seen and say you believe in Yahweh whom you've never seen, how are you going to turn around and discount me who you see? That's irrational. To believe in something you can't see, can't prove, you just believe it. And then you have this same God, this same man, this same divine mind with you now. Challenge what I teach. Go find something superior to what I teach. You can't just claim it to be superior. You have to know what I teach to compare it. You can't compare what I teach with anything else unless you first are the master of what I teach. Then you have to become the master of that other stuff that you want to compare this to. That's real. So if you're not, I mastered all religions. I mastered all of them. I know the in and the out of every single one of them. No exception. I know every ism on the planet Earth. And I know all the its. All the its, all the isms. So I'm qualified to compare and make a choice. How could I be intelligent and choose a lesser God to one that is supreme? In order for me to have studied all the gods, and the one that was withheld from me was Yahweh. In all my studies, I didn't have to be confused. Yahweh was totally out of the picture. And I knew the name and the religion and the tenets and the laws and of every religion. I have all their books right now in my library. Of everything in my library. Read every single one of them from cover to cover. Did a statistical and comparative analysis of all of them. And then Yahweh entered my mind. I was raised up. And then I discovered Yahweh is God over all. He's superior over all of them. So what's the logical thing for me to do? Switch off from all that stuff to that which is superior. That's logical. Then it's incredible to discover, for me to discover, I am Yahweh, the superior one. That's incredible. I glorify my Father, and I'm not ashamed to shed tears of joy about my Father's name, because I come in his name. I come in the glory of his name. I come in the protection of his name. I come in the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of his name. I come in the deliverance of his name. I come in the power of his name. I come with all that he has, all that my Father has of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is mine. That makes me Yahweh. When all that is his is mine, then I become Yahweh. It's not a thing that I become, I am. It's a mind thing. Nothing is important but the mind. And I'm here to take your mind from poverty to riches, from inferiority to superiority. I'm here to take your mind from a lack of confidence to nothing but confidence. I'm here to take your mind from being a devil to being God. Praise Yahweh. And until I come into your life, you are nothing but an angel of Satan. Every single one of you. Until you receive Yahweh, you and receive me, you are an agent of the devil himself. That means you oppose Yahweh. You oppose and don't know why. And you say you believe in this Bible. You say you do. All religions say they do. Now you either do or you're a liar. If your religion requires you to believe in this book, then you can't be a hypocrite about it. This book is not about many gods, though it acknowledges that there are many gods. This book is only about the God of Israel. The whole book is about the God of Israel. This Bible is about the God of the Hebrews. It's not about the God of Pharaoh. It's not about the God of the false prophets. It's about the God of the Hebrews. Now, I know what religion teaches. They all teach this book is holy. And if the book is holy, then the God of holiness is Yahweh. Because the God of the Bible, the God of the book, his name is Yahweh. So if the book is holy, the author has to be holy. So if your religion requires you to believe in this book, then your religion is requiring you to believe in the author of the book. Name is Yahweh. Oh, yeah. You can't get away from me. The moment you believe in Yahweh, then you have to go by what he said, because he's the giver of all the law. He wrote it with his own finger. And this is the oldest recorded religious book. I don't care what they say about the Vedas. I don't care how many years they claim it's 35,000 or whatever. This book precedes every book, because I can take you back through infinity with this book. I can take you wherever you can go, whatever you can come up with, I can show you in this book what you're talking about. And then I can predate what you're talking about with this book. I know because I was there. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. All religions are bound to the earth. Chew on it, chew on it. I said all religions are bound to this earth. That means they have a beginning. That means that the men of religion are limited to a beginning. That sets them up for an ending. All things that have a beginning has an ending. I have no beginning. And I have, therefore, no end. I have always been. Therefore, I shall always be. Now, that means that I existed outside the earth. That means before ever the earth was, I am. That means before religion began on the earth, I already was. My laws already exist. I use the laws I already created to create the earth with. I'm the one that stood outside of time, set the earth into creation, set the sun in its motion, and put all the other planets around in this particular galaxy as well as the others. I set time in motion. Before me, there was no time. You may be the original man, but I'm the originator. Chew on it. You can't come up with anything to top what I'm saying. You definitely can't top nothing I'm saying. You can be illogical, but you can't top what I'm saying. And when you deal with me logically, you just have to accept what I'm saying. There can be no light without light. Light comes from life. The fact that there's life on the planet means that life has always been. I am life. I am life. And since I am life, that means no one, nobody, nothing can extinguish me. No one or nothing can kill me. I cannot die. I cannot die. All you body watchers are in trouble. You are looking at the Creator. You are looking and listening to the Creator. I am the. I am the particular one already spoken of. And that one in particular, already spoken of. I'm self-spoken. I wanted to talk, I created a body to talk in. I wanted to walk, I created a body to walk in. I want to fly, I create flying machines and create one for me to fly in. Whatever I want, I will it into existence. I can't be denied. You can't go find your God and bring him to me and challenge me. Bring him. Go get your God. Get him. I challenge all religions of the earth. Go get your God. Bring him to me. And I'll set him down. I got some questions for him. He can't answer. Do you know where your God is? If he's not Yahweh, do you know where he is? Can you call him up? Tell him what you want. Can you get your God on the main line? The God of Israel, you can get him on the main line. You can tell him what you want. And before you speak, I will answer. Praise Yahweh. While you are calling my name in prayer, I hear you. I already hear you. When you open up your mouth and say, Yahweh ben Yahweh, I hear you then. Right then, I hear you. It doesn't matter from where you call me on the planet Earth, long as you face the east. My ear is continually tuned in to the east. So whenever you call, I hear you. While you're yet speaking to me, I will answer. Because I'm the living, sovereign one. And I can hear all of you at once. I can hear all your divergent questions at once and answer all of them simultaneously. Israel, you can produce your God. See how wonderful it is? See, all of Israel, you can produce your God. Judah, Yehuda, you can produce your God. But none of the other religions can produce their God. They say they're waiting on him to come back, and then when I come, they don't recognize me. I'm here, the one everybody is looking for. You cannot see that I'm the one you've been looking for all of your life, then you must be blind and you need healing. Well, guess what? I'm the healer. We used to sing that song too. I was blind, but now you thought you saw before, but now you know you were blind. How many of you can now see? I have the power to transmute myself, to transfigure myself into any one of your homes, all over America, all over the earth. Whenever I get ready, you can see me, talk to me, just like I'm standing here. You can just see. Everybody had that experience. Stand up. In your city, I'll be here, and wherever you are, I'll walk through the wall right into your room. Praise God. That's why you better look around and see what I'm doing. This is not a figment of my imagination. It's a reality in your life. Yes, I'll walk right through your wall. Walk right in your bedroom, sit on your bed, and have a talk with you. And you'll know that's Yahweh. That's him. And when you see me, you say, yep, that's him. I look just like myself. You can't get no other God to do it. All your gods remain ghosts. That's what makes us so special. Is because there's a group of people born to perceive, see me. Isn't it a blessing? Sometimes just little babies see me. At a very young age, they make up their mind, I want to be with Yahweh, Ben Yahweh. As soon as they find me, that's where I want to be. Give their parents hell so they can come and be where I am. That's the way it is. Nobody can change that. Nobody can do anything about that. There have been those who have tried to stop some from coming to me, and they held them until they got 15 or 16. Then they just ran off and came here. Some have been taken and then put in captivity and have been locked up in their homes with steel bars, kept them for 2 years. And they turned legally 18, they've been with me ever since. You may lock up their body, but you can't hold their mind. What I'm saying is not for everybody. It's for the saints of Yahweh. It has to be a thrill to see me walk through your walls. And you're not afraid of me when I do it. You're happy to see me. I can walk right down the street. I'm in Miami, Florida, and walk the streets of New York with you. And you can see me. You look around and say, yes, Yahweh, people think you nuts. Yeah, they will. They say, that fool is talking to us. Talking to me. and I'm talking to you and carrying on another conversation here and talk with people all over the country. I talk with people in England, don't need a telephone. It's all about mind power. I have it. And what I have belongs to the 144,000. Yes, you too can have it. Isn't that incredible? Yeah, we can just look at each other and understand what we say. Well, I pick up thoughts anyway. I read thoughts and mind. I pick up everything. Out the town, in the town, near me, away from me. It doesn't matter. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yes, I do. And you can't put me on stage either. Like, Yahweh be Yahweh, tell me what I'm thinking. You want to know what I'm thinking? Go to hell. You go to hell. If I submit to that kind of request, then you become God over me. You can't tell me what to do. Get behind me, Satan. But if I do that, then you want me to levitate. And if I levitate, then you want me to jump off a mountain. I heard the angels will bear you up lest you fall or bump your foot on something. I'm not going through this. Don't you understand the son doesn't have to go through that? Abraham didn't challenge Yahweh like that. He fixed him some barbecue. I may be tough to handle. I know I'm hard to swallow, but that's all right. I'm easy for those who know the word. 1 Kings, chapter 8. 1 Kings, chapter 8. Verse 2. 1 Kings, chapter 8, verse 2. Read.
And all the men of Israel assembled themselves unto King Solomon at the feast in the month Ethanim, which is the 7th month.
Yahweh gave our months numbers except for our bibs. Those who changed the calendar gave them January, February, March, April, and May to throw you off from your salvation. The Feast of Tabernacles and the Holy Convocation, which is one day following Tabernacles, concludes all the feasts of the year. So we have seven. How many know 7 is a perfect number? So naturally we have 7 feasts. Beginning with Feast of Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, Feast of Weeks, Memorial of Blowing of Trumpets, Day of Atonement, Tabernacles, Holy Convocation. 7 perfect feasts. Each of the major feasts ignites and revitalizes our respect for Yahweh. Each of the feasts revitalizes and ignites our awe for Yahweh. Each one of the feasts are designed to revitalize our reverence for Yahweh. That's what the feasts are designed to do. And as I got so excited a few moments ago, I was reminding you that since all religions say they believe in the Bible, then you got to keep these feasts. And since you believe in the Bible, then you also have to make a joyful noise unto the Lord Yahweh. You can't come in the presence of Yahweh with one of those forlorn looks of distress. A look like it's hell to be here. Some people are taught to not smile. You know how ugly you look never smiling? It takes a lot of energy to feel joy, and somebody taught you don't show it. I can't follow that. Well, that's a strain on my brain. I mean, I'm feeling good, and I can't say I feel good. I have to be able to express my joy. Something tastes good, I say this tastes good. Something looks good, I say this looks good. Something feels good, I have to say this feels good. Something smells good, I say this smells good. And then I end up saying this is just good. And it makes you smile. I mean, why have all these beautiful, wonderful senses and can't acknowledge when it's a pleasure? What a cramp in your lifestyle. It's kind of like having security and guards, you know, where everybody just looks so mean and ugly. You know? Everybody's having a ball. You don't have to look ugly. It's okay to smile. It is now. It's all right. It's all right not to worry and be happy. That's why that was a best-selling song, because people were so relieved that they don't really have to worry, that it's okay to be happy. Isn't that something? Somebody had to sing a song and tell us to release that pitiful thing we carrying around. Carry all these burdens around like, oh, if I don't have something to worry about. Let me tell you what I heard all my life. See, if you get too happy, you must be getting ready. See, y'all heard it. They're scared they're going to die. How many heard that beside me? The majority. The majority of you heard it. You who didn't hear it, that's a burden you didn't have to carry. You know, you start getting real happy, everything is working fine, all about your life is positive and beautiful, and then you get fear overtakes you. Uh-oh. My time must be up. That's a horrible way to live. Some of you have lived like that. Uh-oh, I'm getting too happy now. You get a mate, a husband or wife, and you're having a good time, and you're just getting along, and your life is going fine, and you get scared. Uh-oh, I guess we're getting ready to face a divorce soon. Yeah, I know something's wrong. He's probably doing something wrong to break my heart. Hire a detective and get your heart broken. You should just leave me alone and be happy. Yahweh is a wonderful, 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 wonderful thing. 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 2. Read.
And all the men of Israel assembled themselves unto King Solomon at the feast in the month Ethanim.
Okay. We remind ourselves again, the 7th month. In order for you to keep this feast, you have to know when the 1st month is. And the 1st month is not January. January is put together by those who thought to speak great words against the Most High Yahweh, and who had in their mind to change the times, the calendar, and the law. Why? So that you, the original timekeeper, would not know what time it is. Therefore, not knowing what time it is not to know your beginning to rule and the end of the other man's rule. So the knowledge of the 7th month, when you say, well, I must keep the 7th month, the first thing that requires you to dig and study and find out is, what's the right month? Because I must keep this law not in the 6th month and not in the 8th month. When? 7th month. And you know your mind is real dark about that. How to prove the first month. Beginning with Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread, the harvesting cycle begins. So we set our mind in the right orbit that at Feast of Passover, Unleavened Bread, that this is the beginning of the harvesting of our people to Yahweh. We begin gathering them together. And this cycle is consummated, completed with Feast of Tabernacles. Now this is a divine thing in motion as I talk with you. The Feast of Weeks concludes the cycle which began at Passover, and the Feast of Tabernacle concludes the cycle which began at the Feast of Weeks. All dealing with harvest, the gathering of our people together. Feast of Tabernacle serves as a vehicle for distinctive aspects of Israel's covenant faith in Yahweh. Our faith in Yahweh. And is therefore the medium of expressing gratification that emanates from Yahweh. The Feast of Tabernacle is the medium of expressing homage to Yahweh. Feast of Tabernacle is a vehicle for expressing edification to Yahweh, glory to Yahweh, honor to Yahweh. The Feast of Tabernacles is also a period that brings us together in unity. Symbolically, the gathering in one place. Spiritually, the gathering in one place of our minds. All the men of Israel must gather 3 times a year. We can never forget our family. As Israel, we would never think of coming to Miami and staying at any hotel for our own. Totally unthinkable. In fact, I will fire you if you do. You know what I mean by fire, don't you? And it's just unthinkable that we would give millions of dollars to someone outside of our family. See, this is not a racial thing. This is not a prejudice thing. It's nationalistic. That's called family. We're just going to do what all other families do. All other families support their own. So we all are Israel, and all of Israel will support Israel. You can't support someone else and be Israel too. So whatever we need a transportation from the airport, so what do we provide? I provide transportation. Only whenever everything we have is busy, will you catch a cab. There's 20 or 30, 40, 50, 60, then I bought buses. So you can ride in your own bus, eat in your own cafeteria, shop in your own grocery store. We only gonna ride and buy somebody else's town car temporarily. You should understand from my past actions that we're gonna own a Lincoln dealership. You ought to understand that. I just want to get you tuned up. I mean, what do you think? That we're going to buy 1,000 Lincolns from somebody else? That's insane. We're going to buy 1,000 Lincolns, 5,000 Lincolns, 10,000 Lincolns from who? Ourselves. This is not something I say you should do. Going to do it. Or else you're not Israel. I'm walking up to you and say, show me your bill of sale. I want to see where you bought your car from. And we may be buying our cars from somebody else now. That's just temporary. We are definitely going to buy from ourselves. Then once we start buying 1,000 and 5,000 and 10,000 Lincolns from ourselves, are you crazy? You think I'm satisfied? What comes next? We don't manufacture them. I'm going to buy the steel mill and the manufacturing plant and go make them. Called Yahweh Mobile. And we flying from LA and all these cities. You know what? You think that's forever? No. Pan Am, American, and all that, that's wonderful for them. The names on those planes don't change. Yahweh International Airlines. You just flying in those names temporarily. We'll have our own pilots. We already have black pilots. Yeah, don't worry about it. You just keep growing. I'll show you. I don't talk, I just show you. I'm just speaking about the way it is normal. This is just a normal thing. We stay somewhere, we sleep somewhere, so what have we done? We bought our own apartment building and turned them into a heavenly abode. That's normal. I haven't finished. I am rich. Yes. I don't put up failures. Nothing I touch fails.
Yahweh ben Yahweh is king of the whole universe. And his Father let it be known to all life and this galaxy and all others in and out of this universe.
This concludes Night 5 of It's a Mind Thing.
If you have received Yahweh, and if you believe on his son's name, then join me in exaltation. Join me as we extol our Father Yahweh. Join me as we show our love to his son, Yahweh ben Yahweh. And join me as we let the world know we appreciate our Father, Yahweh ben Yahweh. Because every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess and come to appreciate our God, Yahweh ben Yahweh. Hosanna, Hosanna. Blessed be the King. Blessed be the King. Yahweh ben Yahweh. Praise Yahweh.